What's happening? I'm Iron Man from the music group The Lottery, Showtime Records, and I bring to you my daily views, NBA Playoff Edition. Everything concerning the NBA, the schedule, my picks, and the reasons why. If you enjoy the content, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, hit that little notification bell so you're alerted every time there's a brand new video. I apologize for the late upload. I thought there was supposed to be a game. The only thing they were showing was this scrimmage Cleveland had up in the comfy confines of Lebronto. I mean, it started out reasonable enough, but it quickly turned into a fiasco. Not a game that I give my life for out there on the court. It quickly turned into a showcase. It reminded me of like the beginning of basketball season for most of these colleges and universities. They have those midnight scrimmages between, the A squad and the B squad, or the starters and the reserves. It's just strictly for the fans to get them excited about the upcoming season. That's what this felt like. Not the second round of the NBA playoffs. Remember, this isn't about just bringing you the score, because anybody with a smartphone in about 5 seconds can get all the information they could ever dream about. This is me bringing you my unique point of view and perspective, and in-depth analysis that led to the decision making and the eventual outcome. I'm not about hyping up individual players or pushing any kind of narrative. I keeps it 100, 100, 100, 100. I don't have any sponsors or advertisers that I have to appease. And people who watch these videos, they can understand that and appreciate that. Shout out to my boy Danny. I was having an interaction with some so-called friends, and I had to politely expose their fake friendship. Then they got all emotional in their feelings with their response. Then Danny came into game like, man, I got you. Go ahead and take a break. You ain't got to play the whole game. And battle for me like he was a 6th man of the year. Like he was Jamal Crawford, the only man in the NBA to win that award, 6th man of the year 3 times. Just a tangent. But back to this scrimmage in Lebronto. After that first game, I told y'all what I thought needed to be done if the Toronto Raptors were to get back into the series. They should have started Serge Ibaka. This guy re-signed or signed with them for about $20 million a year. He struggled the entire playoffs, only having a good game, about 1 good game out of about 8. I would have started him at center, brought Valanciunas off the bench so he could battle with Tristan Thompson. Let me say, Serge Ibaka, it would have made him more involved in the offense. Because, scoring 7 points a game is not going to cut it for $20 million a year. You got to find a way. That's what coaching is all about, making adjustments, putting people in the right position so they can be the most successful that they can be. Starting at power forward isn't working for them. Besides, they're starting Kevin Love on the other side of the ball. He's running around screens, playing on the outside. Why not have Serge Ibaka, who is much more mobile than Valanciunas, cover that guy? So your defense is improved and your offense is improved because he's going to be more involved in the offense. Then have Powell get some more minutes instead of getting a DNP, which stands for did not play, CD, coach's decision. Not because he was injured, just because coaches decided, you know what, I can't use you. Can't do nothing. Can't win with him. That would decrease the number of shots that Jonas Valanciunas was taking. The guy took like 19 shots in the first game. That's ridiculous. Should not be shooting the second most shots on the Toronto Raptors. But of course, Dwayne Casey did not heed my suggestions. You know what? Let me just go ahead and get through this regular analysis so we can all get to address the big elephant in the room. Address exactly what we all just witnessed. Huh? Like to play on words? Okay, that was weak. For the Cavs in the first game, Larry Nance Jr., Cedi Osman, who I've been campaigning for more minutes so that LeBron can get a few minutes rest, and Calderon did not play in that first game. Ibaka only had 9 points for $20 million a year. CJ Mile only had 6 points coming off the bench. If you're going to beat a LeBron James-led team, you've got to attack this guy on the offensive end. You've got to make this guy work. And they did not do that. OG Anunoby only had 7 points. Anunoby took 5 shots. CJ Miles took 6 shots. Serge Ibaka, if you want to throw that in, he took 8 shots. That's 19 shots between 3 people who weren't even guarding him all the time. He didn't have to guard anybody. Of course he can play 41, 43, 45, 47 minutes a game. He's not guarding anybody. He's only playing half a game. He's sitting there saving all his energy for offense because nobody's attacking him. Nobody's making him work. Go back and check the tape. Compare it against 2011 with Jason the Jet Terry took off on them boys. You got to make this guy work. And they're just not doing that. Coaching staff is not putting them in a position to make LeBron James work on both sides of the ball. They're letting him do whatever he want to do. That's why they're calling it LeBronto, because he owns Toronto. They gave him the keys to the city. It looks like they let him do whatever he want to do. You got to have that mindset that, yeah, I know, bruh, I know you're going to score 40. It's going to be the most difficult 40 you've ever seen in your entire life. And I know you're going to get some assists, but you're only going to have 6 or 7, not 12, 13, and 14. I can't let you score 40-some points and have double-digit assists. You just dominated. You did whatever you want. You willed your team to a victory. You got to pick one or the other. You want to have 15 assists and 15 points? Cool, bet. I'm with that. They can't win like that. The more points he scores, the less assists he needs to have. If you're going to have 40 points, I'm going to need you to have about 5 or 6 assists. If you're going to have about 25 points, you can have about 7, maybe 8 assists. But not 13, not 14. You're taking away nothing. And then make LeBron play defense. Okay, LeBron, you getting 40. Okay, I'm gonna give you hell while you trying to get these 40. But I'm going to give you 20 on the other end. Yes, LeBron, because the way your offense is described, you have to carry that load. They want you to carry that load. We play a team style of basketball over here. So if I give you 20 and make you work and earn those hard-earned 40 points, we going to win this game. But you can't score 5, 6, and let them have 40 and 12, 13, 14 assists. I mean, that's outrageous. Take something away. You got to take something away. If you really want to get real about it, that's the only way I can be. All those heroic shots, those hero ball moments from LeBron James in the third quarter wouldn't have meant nothing if they had better coaching on Toronto's side. What I mean by better coaching, starting Serge Ibaka at center to guard Kevin Love. They had a good lead after the first quarter. They allowed it to come back because they went back to guard Valanciunas against Kevin Love. This guy was screening and roll, picking and popping. He was backdoor cutting, head faking, jab stepping, and going straight to the rack on Valanciunas. Can't guard him. He's too slow. Kevin Love plays more like a small forward in a power forward's body. Valanciunas is a real center. This is a big dude over there. Kevin Love just on fire in the first half. And that just opened it up for LeBron James. Then you got this guy doing the same thing that a lot of teams allow him to do, to just pretend post up, and they're not really putting any pressure on him while they're allowing them to run their offense, setting screens off ball, and then everybody just going backdoor cuts. You're not putting any pressure on him. He's not even looking to score. He's not looking to attack, to be aggressive. He's just looking over you, right over your shoulders, because he's 6'8", and making these good passes. He's a fantastic passer. You can't just give him those clean looks, those clean passing lanes. You got to put pressure on him. Make him score 40 something. Now you got Kyle Korver, J.R. Smith, open coming off these screens, get dunks and layups, wide open 3-pointers. Kevin Love, pin downs off the screen, coming down, getting layups and dunks. And then you say, oh, after you allow all that nonsense and they stay close, and then you got this, he's a superior player to anybody on your team. So then he goes into one-on-one mode. He's got nothing to lose. Of course he's gonna kill and dominate in that fashion. Bad coaching led up to that. I know everyone wants to talk about these fadeaways, these jab steps, these rack attacks. the threes. In that fantastic third quarter, I'm taking nothing away from the man. He is fantastic. But you got to remember who I am. I'm a lifelong Laker. I've seen some fantastic performances. Magic Johnson filling in for the captain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, in the finals. Point guard playing center, doing the jump ball. That guy was amazing. I've seen some great plays. I've seen some hot streaks. I've seen some big time quarters, big halves. I've seen 60, 63 points in 3 quarters. I've seen 81 get dropped on these same Toronto Raptors, courtesy of Kobe, Bean, Bryant. So I've seen some fantastic play. So excuse me, pardon me if I don't jump up and down like, oh, I seen this guy playing hero ball and shooting some shots and some fadeaways. I've seen that before. Not taking anything away from this guy, but that's why I'm not jumping down and hooting and hollering and getting on Twitter like, oh, LeBron and all this other nonsense. Was it fantastic? Was it entertaining? Yes, it was. But I have seen that before, and I've seen it done better. Nobody's even going back at this guy. It's like they're scared or something. Please calm down, all you LeBron fans. I'm not going to start name calling. I know on the internet they call LeBron James fans bronzesexuals or whatever kind of nonsense. We live in America. You should be entitled to your own opinion. I have no problem with that. Love LeBron James, love Cleveland, do all that. No problem. But you got to look at it from a different perspective. He's one of the greatest players of all time. His skill set is fantastic. It's been said that his work ethic trumps just about everyone else. He's more physically fit than just about everyone else in the NBA. He's usually taller than everybody else guarding him. He's usually quicker than everyone else guarding him. He can usually jump higher than everyone else guarding him. He's usually faster, more powerful, and stronger than everyone else guarding him. What do you expect from this guy? And he's got the green light from his coach. He can shoot anytime he wants to. He can do no wrong. He's playing the whole game. His teammates encourage him to shoot the ball and do what you do. I would expect no less than 30 points a game. At least. He should be putting up fantastic numbers. Come on, people. Come on. Come on. It was a fantastic performance, yes. But let's not get overexcited about this. Keep it in perspective. You telling me I got a guy that's bigger, taller, stronger, faster, quicker, more experience, got the green light, support of his teammates, and just play no better, way better than anybody else guarding him for the most part. He did exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Dominating. He's supposed to be dominating. Because not only was he born with those physical gifts in his 15 years in the league, he's also developed his skill set. And it is fantastic. By the way, Chetty Osman and Larry Nance Jr. did get 3 minutes each in this game when they did get DNP's CD coach's decision in the first game. So at least they were listening to that. Tristan Thompson only played 15 minutes this game. What did he have? 2 points. Only 2 rebounds. He was a non-factor. These guys having these incredible games that aren't named LeBron James isn't going to be consistent. Why were we playing Valanciunas so much? Yeah, he went 8 of 11. He could have went 8 of 11 off the bench. They have nobody to guard him. They're trying to guard him with Jeff Green. He should have been able to do that off the bench in like 20 minutes, not 27. Shouldn't have been starting against Kevin Love. Because, yeah, he's getting some buckets over here, but then Kevin Love is getting easy layups and dunks because he can't guard this guy. He's too slow. Kevin Love looks super quick compared to him. Should have started Serge Ibaka guarding Kevin Love at the center position. LeBron James had that fadeaway working. He was feeling it. He was on fire. He gave them that work. When someone gets hot like that and they're physically better, when their skills are on fire like that and they're physically overwhelming to you as well, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do except what? Try to make it difficult. change up the looks that he's given, make it more difficult. But you've got to stop the other people. You've got to stop the other people. I've seen Kobe go off 10, 15, 20 points in a quarter. And we were like, oh, wow, this is amazing. This is fantastic. But the game stays close. Third quarter ends. Then it's fourth quarter. Then they start double teaming this guy. Then he's got to pass it to Smush Parker. Now he needs Chris Mims to get buckets. He needs Kwame Brown to try to make plays for himself. No disrespect to Kwame. I always loved Kwame on the team, man. He was a good player. That's what happens. You stop everybody else from contributing, and when this guy cools off, you take over and win the game. And then at the end of the game, he's like, oh, man, I gave it 100%, man. I gave everything I could do. And then naturally people start, man, he scored 40. He scored 50. He was killing these guys. And he needs some more help. He needs some more help. No, he didn't allow himself to have help because he was taking all the damn shots. And the other team made him super difficult shots. So no one else was involved throughout the game. And then we start double teaming you if you stay hot in the fourth quarter. Or we just let you cool off, which everyone naturally does. And it's a wrap. And you lose that game. Then you start looking for more help. Everyone loved those fadeaways and whatnot, but I'm going to get down to the real meat of it. What was fantastic about that LeBron James performance is that he shot damn near 63%. And these weren't just all dunks. These were fadeaways from like 22 feet. I mean, he was shaking and baking, and I held. The degree of difficulty on some of these shots was off the chart. And he still shot like 63%. 41 minutes of play, 43 points. But the problem is that he also had 14 assists. The man averages about 7 assists during the season. You let him double that up. So not only are you allowing him to get super easy buckets on this end, at least for him, you're not scoring any points against him. You're not making him work. Then you let him totally control and dominate the game by getting everyone else extra involved. You can't win that way. Kevin Love had a huge game, just eating up Valanciunas. Man, sit this guy on the bench. Let him battle Tristan Thompson. 31 points. J.R. Smith chipping in with 15 points. He just catch and shoot, and catching these passes, these assists on these layups after the pin downs, after the screen and roll. He just cutting to the basket, wide open, because y'all ain't putting no pressure on LeBron as he got his back to you. Jeff Green, super efficient off the bench, 5 of 8. That's like 55, almost 60%. 14 points in only 20 minutes of play. No turnovers. And then LeBron to top it off. Speaking of turnovers, he only had one. In the end, there can be only one. This guy only had 1 turnover to 14 assists. That is a 14-to-1 ratio. That's outrageous. A good guard has a 3-to-1 turnover ratio, and he had 14-to-1. He had 43 points and a 14-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. The Cleveland Cavaliers blow out the Toronto Raptors 128-110 to move up 2 games to none. To them, there's obviously no such thing as home court advantage, at least not when it comes to the Toronto Raptors. They are in trouble. If they continue to play LeBron James this way, play the Cavaliers this way, they won't have to worry about all the hashtags, all the memes talking about LeBronto, because they won't be going back to LeBronto. They won't make it back. They continue to play like they did last night. They will not make it back to LeBronto. You can call it anything you want to. You can call it home, because they're moving on to the conference finals. Those have been my views for today. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little notification bell right next to it so you're alerted every time there's a brand new video. If you think they may enjoy the content, feel free to share this with all your friends, your family, your homies, your neighbors, your BFFs forever, your boss, your co-workers, your fans, and your followers. I'm Iron Man from the music group The Lottery, Showtime Records. And that's just how I see it. Be blessed and Godspeed. Feel free to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. Really and truly appreciate it. Leave all your interesting comments right down below, especially the ones where you disagree with everything that I just said. And then subscribe so you don't miss any of the newest and latest views.